Hi, Cancer. Welcome back to our kingdom. I'm so happy to see you. Hey, we're going to do an Eat the Word reading. I just feel a need extra to be closer to God, and I want to share that time with you. So we're going to use my Eat the Word homemade deck. Jehovah and I just sat down and wrote out scriptures from the Bible, turned the page, grabbed the next card, and continued that process. All of Psalm 119 is present. It reflects back to the Hebraic alphabet. However, by way of Gematria, it also reflects each major arcana. And I'm so passionate to teach it to you within Gematria here, how I see energy and healing by way of psychology and the human condition. So let's get started. You have the Cancer energy here. Cancer energy here. Let's just give them that yummy bread, the comfort that they need today, God, to be close to you and to be able to, oh, well, there it goes. Cancer right there. Isaiah 64:8. Now, O Lord, you are our Father. We are the clay and you are our potter, and all we are the work of your hand. This is so beautiful. I automatically just see the moon because the hand here, the hand also goes back to Jehovah's energy within Yeshua, within that wheel, to turn it by way of the hermit energy, internalizing it. God's on the outside, but Yeshua has to be on the inside. Also, the hand also in this journey can go back to the calf here, which is the palm, and how it can be read from the inside and the outside. But then I also see the moon here with a 10 and an 8. So we see quite a bit here. This 10, this wheel, it has the possession of an 8 and everything that an 8 continues. So this wheel is moving from its internal strength and outternal strength. Isaiah, he was an internal prophet. He said what he saw and he said it out loud. Now, if we add 8 and 10 together, there's that moon overall, but still 2 by 2, we are honestly operating out of the sun, which is going to be the hands operating here. The hand goes back to the yod, the hermit energy, as it can also go back to the moon and the palm. So the hand and the palm, the outer and the inner, the sun and the moon itself, all while the star is really truly seeing now, God, you have shaped me. Cancers, that's what you're thinking. God, you have shaped me. You have always been with me. There's moments when you look back in your past and you're like, this is why this happened that way. God, you were right there that whole time. God, you moved that mountain for me. God, you paid that bill for me. God, you protected me from that person. God, you were so kind to, you were so kind to protect me from myself and the inside and what was hidden. And now, with all this hard work of your own hands and your own doing, Father, I see how you are shifting my heart. I see how you are wanting me to see certain things. I see and feel these big shifts within Cancer. It is all meant for you, and the inner strength that is coming to externalize outwards. This Old Testament shedding away as this New Testament comes in by what you are seeing, what you are experiencing, what you are feeling, what you are doing now as a prophet of God. In your own light, in your own suffering, in the own darkness that you once had, that he removed from you. He shaped you through that darkness, and the darkness is only there to bring glory to the light. So if you only experience the darkness, sweetheart, don't you have the light to look forward to now? How beautiful. Let's see what's on the back here, Cancer. Oh my gosh, Psalm 119, the het is here. It is the chariot in tarot. It is the fence. It is the way that this energy is being carried and held along long distances, because the chariot, a car, a vessel, is the overall sturdy foundation, right? We also see this 3 of Pentacles here. So once again, there's that moon energy, starting with that 3, that Empress, that feminine, that divine feminine energy overall. There's inner child healing here for sure, Cancer, and letting go of these mama traumas that had happened. There's a fear that you'll never be a good mom. However, you're learning to be a good mom to yourself, the mom that you never were able to have beforehand, the mom that you deserved. So this fear of becoming a mom and this fear of being a good mom, honey, you already are a good mom because you're worried about it. You already are a good mom because you have the will to move forward and learn from our parents' mistakes to become a conscious parent. If you would like more tips on that, please let me know. This is actually a program that I'm beginning to design so I can create and help others. And from one generational trauma breaker, cycle breaker, to another, I understand conscious parenting and I'm very passionate about it. So that's just a little side note for you. However, when you become this conscious parent, it's not just towards your children on the outside, it is also towards your children on the inside. And you have to be willing to understand what works and what doesn't work. And if that works with you, it may not work with your children on the outside. So let's read this. 3 of Pentacles here, this potential to collaborate. You are my portion, O Lord. I have promised to obey your words. I have sought your face with all my heart. Be gracious to me according to your ways. I have considered my ways and have turned my steps to your statutes. I will hasten and not delay to obey your commands. Though the wicked bind me with ropes, I will not forget your laws. Will the wicked bind me with hopes? I like that, because it's like, no matter what you do, Cancer, you're going to continue moving forward. You're no longer going to hold yourself back here. That's beautiful. I will not forget your law. At midnight I rise to give you thanks for your righteous laws. I am a friend to all who fear you, to all who follow your precepts. The earth is filled with your love. O Lord, teach me your decrees. Now we see this at midnight I rise. Well, that moon is going to be there. In the dark of the night, the dark night of the soul is present here as well. The ripping, the shedding away of that Old Testament in order to collaborate once more again with yourself from the inside out. I love it so much. All of a sudden, Lord Jesus is showing me a rise of the phoenix. And as this fire, these embers are raising from this pile of ashes, it's all of a sudden the spark has been ignited and the key has been turned in the ignition. It is absolutely so beautiful. Lord, what else is here for Cancer energy? I love it so absolutely much. The need to communicate is here. The throat chakra will also be pulling this potential from the heart chakra, that heart coming from that 3, that Empress energy. And the throat chakra is really revving up. You're going to be put in a position where you're going to have to speak clearly on something where you never had the potential beforehand to act on it, but it's coming in quick, it's coming in hot. I mean, he's there to shape you. You have been waiting for this moment. This person might even show up at your house at midnight, I'm kind of getting. There's kind of, or call you at midnight. Some kind of truth at midnight is going to have to happen in the middle of the night, and you're going to find yourself in situations that you used to put yourself in beforehand if you're not careful. So make sure that you're doing what it is that you want to do, Cancer. But there's one last big communication that needs to happen, and you're not quite sure if you want to keep it with your Old Testament or start a New Testament with it either. This card here for Cancer energy. Ephesians 5:13, and we have a fat 10 of cups. Look at that. My goodness, this person's coming in, and before we even read this, we're going to see this 10 of cups is what's desired, which means there's a 10 of pentacles on the backside, but it's also 10 of swords right now. Collaborate, to think about and get everything on the same page. But everything exposed by the light becomes visible, for it is light that makes everything visible. Wake up, O sleeper, arise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. How funny. We were talking about the darkness to the light. This is very twin flamey all of a sudden. I really feel as if your twin flame, if this is what's resonating for you, a quick little side note, your twin flame is now awakened. Your twin flame is very understanding of this journey. This twin flame has been very, 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 very haunted by the darkness. And now they're seeing the light, and the light continues to show up in all these different ways, signs, syncs, and patterns. And this is where the fueling of that 10 of cups is coming in. Their heart is shifting in so many directions, but it's only there to fulfill it and bring it back to its one original state, to continue filling it over and over and over, because that 9 is beforehand, which is only being fueled by the Empress energy of the moon. Beautiful. That Empress is really calling this Emperor home in this twin flame dynamic. Let's get the bottom of the deck for Cancer. Let's see. Actually, we're going to turn that backside over first. Colossians 23-25. The works. I love this. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. Anyone who does wrong will be repaid for his wrong, and there is no favoritism. My goodness, this is going back to this communication coming in, and it's really going to be a work in progress. This person might want to just, okay, let's just have 10 of cups right away now, but then you got to pump the brakes and say, we really need to work on this. Like, we need to talk about the things, communicate, open that throat chakra. We need to be able to understand why we went through the things that we went through, and why God has moved the mountains for us a certain way. Why this twin flame energy had to separate in order to come back together, because we have rewards here. We have things to see when we open our eyes to see it. But I can't quite feel if this is trusting energy or not. The other part of this too is that you on this spectrum here, you're such more advanced in this communication towards yourself that you're worried if you were to take this person back into your life, even though it's finally a get-go, is this going to be another project for you to save? Or is it going to be someone who can actually work on themselves while you work on you, so then you two can work together? So you really have to use your gift of discernment on the inside as the communication is taking place on the outside, which is why that energy of collaborating is coming in. You have to really use that gift of discernment to see if this is something that you want to sacrifice for. However, you can't always be afraid that they're going to continue bringing grenades to conversations. You can't always consistently think that they're just going to be salty, salty, salty. What if they're finally sugar? And now that you're sugar, it's only going to be sweet. Let's see the bottom of the deck. 1 John 4:9. In this, the love of God was manifested towards us, that God has sent his only begotten Son into the world that we may live through him. That's very much a mirroring card. There's mutual thoughts, mutual cravings, mutual wanting to speak, mutual communication from both of these twins. This is absolutely twin flame energy right now, Cancer. Also, this energy is just bringing the star, and the star is going to be two twin flames together activated. When they're divided away from each other, they're just a sun and a moon. But when they're together, they have the power of that star. And this is why this communication is really moving this forward. It's really, really coming in hot. They're willing to invest. They're willing to work on it. I love this so much. I almost want to pull a tarot card just to see, but I wasn't planning on it. Let's see this back part. Numbers 8, 1 through 4. Oh my gosh, he really wants to come in. This, your twin flame here, flip the energies. You guys were adults. He or she, they really want to come in. They really want to start a new foundation. They really want to burn things away to be able to build anew. They really had invested their own numbers in this, but they didn't know how to do it. They had lost control, as have you, which is why that twin flame separation needed to happen, because you both were so toxic. You both were so salty, and who's going to want salt if it's too salty, if it's too bitter? This is why it had to be born anew. This is why it was a work in progress. This is why we had to communicate with ourselves separately before we could come together and work together. Let's read this. I know exactly what this is going to say. This is so effing beautiful. Also, here's this Two of Swords, the overall balance. The Ace of Swords from the Sun and the Ace of Swords from the Moon to make that Two of Swords within the star. Absolutely beautiful. Yin and yang coming together. The Lord said to Moses, speak to Aaron and say to him, when you set up the 7 lamps, they are to light the area in front of the lampstand. Aaron did so. He set up the lamps so that they faced forward on the lampstand, just as the Lord commanded Moses. This is how the lampstand was made, of hammered gold from its base to its blossoms. The lampstand was made exactly like the pattern that Lord had shown Moses. You guys, this twin flame relationship has been so guided by God. And these 7 lamps, it is a mutual agreement within this 1 through 4, 4 of wands on this masculine side and 4 of wands on this feminine side, to light these chakras up. The feminine has been working on her chakra system, and the masculine has been working on his chakra system. And now that this energy is going to come together in such a magnetic force, all of a sudden it's going to meet, and this own chakra system of these yin and yang is going to come together and be lit just as God had said so. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Should we pull a tarot card? I think we need to pull a tarot card. I think we need to pull a tarot card. I want to see, Lord, what's going on with this twin flame relationship here? This twin flame activation. It is so guided by God. It's not even funny. God is bringing these twin flames back together. I absolutely feel it. It is so beautiful. All right, Lord. All right, Cancer energy. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck first, he said. The devil in the negative. Shut up. That Capricorn energy, leaving it. It's no longer being tempted. The worst is over. He is God is pulling these twin flames away up into that Tropic of Cancer, which is going to be that 4 of Wands card. We see that 4 of Wands right there. I already talked about it. My goodness, Lord. All right, Lord, Cancer energy for this twin flame. Page of Cups, messages of love, and the Wheel. Shut up. You are kidding me. The Wheel is right there. 8 and 8, that's 2 inner strengths, outer strengths. That's a Tower. 16, that's the star with the sun and the moon. Oh my gosh. And this Page of Cups is going to be 11 of 3s, because it's 11 is the page cards. My God. Yep. Look at this person is absolutely moving forward. They want to communicate, want to come in with messages of love, want to be able to invest, because the potential is what's next. What's left? One more card, Lord. One more card, Lord, with these messages of love. 9 of Cups. See, this Empress energy is really fueling this. And this Empress, this person who's being returned to, is sitting there just waiting, knowing things are going to happen, but their cup is overflowing. But look what's in between here, you guys. This 10 of Cups. This 10 of Cups is what's in between here. And that 10 of Cups is right there. Oh my effing gosh, Lord. Bottom of the deck. Justice. We saw that 11-11. I just said that 11-11. This person's coming in. I want to work on things with you because I could be happy by myself, but I know we could be happy together. We are ordinary apart, but extraordinary together. And I'm going to get what's being served to me because this is what's meant for me by God. God has ruled it. King of Swords. He's coming in. He's coming in. He's just still a little intimidated because he knows you're going to rip him a new asshole. But it needs to be said. It needs to move forward. It needs to happen because things have happened for a reason. And then everything's going to be brought back together. Wow. I love you so much, and God loves you more than me. Wounds into light.